What's happening, people, and welcome back to the channel. Just a reminder, subscribe, like. You know what we do when we come to this channel. Make sure you turn on your notifications. My name is Mr. London Plumber. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about tools I wish I bought sooner. So, as a tradesperson, we think to ourselves, let's get loads of tools. It will be great. We'll have every single gizmo going out there. Do you really need it is always the answer. And then when you see the price at the shop, that's when this part of your hair starts to get a bit thin, because you keep on scratching it thinking, Jesus, do I need it? Do I need it? But we're talking about the ones I wish I bought sooner. So I've now bought all of these tools, which I'm going to talk to you about. And I'm going to tell you why I should have bought them sooner. So let's start with something which is going to make you that residual money as a plumber, right? So we're going to talk about the Sani Snake, yeah? So some of us plumbers do jobs, some of us don't do jobs, but if you want to know, this is the place to be. I use a Sani Snake sometimes because I get customers call me up and say, I've got a blocked sink. No problem. I've got a plunger. Of course you have. You could plunge the sink and it could not go. The customer sometimes might do that before they call you out, because they might realize you coming for a call out, which is for a drainage issue, might cost quite a fair bit, depending on who you are and what you're charging, obviously, innit? We charge a fair bit. So getting a Sani Snake which can do the jobs what I need it to do in the circumstances, yeah? And I remember looking at this because I said to myself, should I get, I think it was like the coil, which is what goes round, was something like 11 meters or 8 meters. I can't remember. And then I asked specifically, because I built myself up to get this. I said to my uncle, what one do you reckon I should get? He's like, get the longer one. All right, cool. If Unc said do that, I'm getting it done. Got the longer one, and I couldn't wait to use the machine. I just couldn't wait at the end of the day. We got a job to use it, and it obliterated what we went to go and see. So we had some job which was in a industrial kitchen. The industrial kitchen has a lot of grease fat. So there's a lot of build up, right? So this machine blasted through it. The fat was nasty. I made a video out of it as well. I was so happy that I got that machine, and I done one or two other jobs before that with the machine, but that was its real test. So that was one machine which I wish I bought sooner, because again, it wasn't a super expensive thing. I just didn't know what one I needed for what circumstances, because am I generally in commercial kitchens? The answer is no. Could I do jobs in commercial kitchens? The answer is yes. Do I do a lot of domestic jobs? Yeah. So am I probably going to use it for domestic use? Yeah. So I don't need the M18 one, which I could have got. I just got the M12 one, which I thought was more than powerful enough, and it's never ever let me down. I had a really cheaper one before, and like I said, I went to a few blockages with it. I think I went to about 4 or 5 blockages to it, and it got me through. But again, it was so cheap, I don't even want to talk about it. I don't even think it's sold anymore. But anyway, that's that. Another tool I wish I bought a lot sooner is my press gun. So as a plumber, you know, press fittings were very expensive when they first came out. And I think a lot of people were just kind of like reluctant when they first started. But the machines were not really frequently available, I would say. Well, they was available. I mean, they were expensive. That's the truth, innit? You would go into the shop, 1,500, 8. I think they came up to when they first came out, it possibly might have been about $2,000. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they were expensive. They were on the side of no, we'll be doing the soldering today. Or no, we'll be putting it in compression today. It doesn't really matter. It's not on show. But after a while, they became more affordable, and I just kept on looking at them, saying, oh, which one would I get? What brand would I get? But they all pretty much do the same thing, right? So brand is all down to you as an individual. I've got a Rothenberg one, but there is two different types of Rothenberg ones. So yeah, my problem was the amount of heads which I needed, and it stopped being a problem at this one moment, right? So I was supervising a job and they had a leak. They called out an engineer. He had a press gun. It was like a pinhole leak, but it was popping. It was high pressure in it, so it's popping out. So he'd isolated it, cut the pipe work, put the two cup links on, you know, as you do, and pressed it up. And within 2-3 minutes, filled it up again, and it was done. And when I looked at his invoice, yeah, just to replace that bit of pipe, yeah, and this was to like a hospital, but I oversaw everyone's invoices. Believe me, this plays part to what I'm saying about the machine. I know I'm going on a bit, but bear with. He charged £600 for this bit of pipe. I said, wow, I need to get the machine. 3 or 4 jobs and I've paid. And then I started researching how much general leaks cost, how much changing a pipe cost and stuff like that. And I saw it, I said, wow, I could make my money back really, really quick, man. I don't know what I'm holding myself back on, but I do. With the first machine, it was understanding to get the right machine for me, for my purpose, from what I was going to use it for. Because again, I'm telling you, I'm not doing massive drainage jobs. I'm not going to a blockage every single week. So I wanted a tool which worked well, wasn't super expensive, but was nice enough to carry into places, and it was adequate to do the job. That's how we ended up with the M12 machine. And I didn't go with anything bigger. With the press gun, it was more of like making sure that I was investing my money well, and there wasn't going to be some next machine what was going to come out and be twice as good as it. Do you get it? So I was kind of like in a toss up because it was a lot of money to invest. But both of those two things, with one additional boosty bonus tool, which I want to talk about at the end, which I will do in a second, which is my tripod light. I work a lot on my own, so I have a torch, I have other little lights, I have a light which has got an angle, so you know you can put it on the floor and it will face the light up that way. But it's not good enough sometimes because you need the area to be lit. We oftenly work in low lightage area, or like, you know, behind the back of a bath or behind the back of a wall or something like that, and it's not lit or nothing. So a tripod light stand for a person who works on their own saves so much time. You can see what you're doing. It's easy to assemble together when you're on your own. And it just makes life so much easier, you know. Like, I've even done jobs at night with this light, and we've been working outside at that Pacific grease fat job, and one of the grease fat cleaners were outside in like a box. But I've done a video on it before if you ever want to see it. It's to do with like a grease fat video on my page actually. So if you ever want to check that out, that's the machine, that's my drain cleaner inside there, and that's one of the first tripod light stands what I actually had as well. I'm on my second one now, and they are amazing. They're things which I thought to myself, are they too expensive? Should I be buying them? And it just kept on going around in my head, but I'm here to tell you that all of those investments were definitely worth it. I've made more money with those investments than I've made not having them. Some of them I bought twice, like the drain cleaner machine. It happens, you know, like if you buy high quality stuff, it's going to last a lot longer. If you buy poor quality stuff, it isn't going to last long. I do look at brands to understand how much they're, you know, developing their products and stuff like that. Because if I'm going to invest £1,500 or £1,800 or £1,600 with a press gun, I need to know that this is going to last duration of time. I need to get 5-6 years out of it, at least a good run out of it, so I can say that it was worth investing and I made money from it and I made profit. That's how I look at a lot of these things. And sometimes when I say I wish I could have bought these things sooner, it's possibly because of me not having the money, right? But when I look at the long term, I know that it's worth it. So that's my conclusion. Let me know what tools you wish that you got sooner as a plumber or even as a tradesperson. So, or someone at home, you might be a DIYer. But if you are, we need you to subscribe, like and share, guys and girls. And I'll see you on the next upload with me, Mr. London Plumber. Let's get it.